Hi everybody, welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time here. This is our cozy and realistic no mod series where we play as the Minutemen and we rebuild the Commonwealth. If you're just looking for build inspiration, I have everything in this video timestamped, so feel free to skip around. But if you're here to build along or just for some cozy vibes, grab a Nuka-Cola and settle in. Today we are building at Greentop Nursery, which is this small settlement with 2 settlers already here, and I am so excited. This kind of small farming settlement, this is exactly my vibe. So let's get started by scrapping. If you've got this on as background noise, which I know some of you do, I love hearing what you're working on or what you've got going on in the meantime. It just reminds me that while I'm here in Fallout, the world is so big and wonderful and there's just so much going on. Okay, so we're gonna scrap a bunch. Ooh, I guess I'll store the ale. I just really love these small farming communities. This is the most peaceful and like cozy part of Fallout builds to me. I think we can scrap most of these things. There's not really much I want to keep. The fertilizer we will probably position later as decoration, but like the barrel, the pallet, we can go ahead and get rid of. That'll stay. This area of brush I really wish we could scrap. It doesn't look like we can, so we might build something over that. Part of the reason that I like building without mods is because I like seeing the limits of the world that we're giving in the game and trying to work around that. Wow, that was really like all there was to scrap out here. Again, this settlement, it's not very big. I will store the cooking station. And I'll scrap this tree cluster. Also, on the channel right now, I know we are getting close to 10,000 subscribers. I think we hit 9,000 last week. So I am playing with the idea of doing a live event. If you would like to see one of these lives, you can tell me your thoughts in real time. I know I would really like that. If that's something that you would like as a celebration for when we hit 10K, please let me know. Or if you would hate that, tell me that too. Valuable feedback. We scrap this barrel? No, it doesn't look like we can, so maybe we try and cover that up too. So the couple that lives here now, it looks like they're using this main house as a processing center for all the mutfruit they grow, but then they're not sleeping in this main part of the house. They're sleeping in this like shack add-on. So I'm gonna change that. I would like for them to be able to sleep in a nicer area of the house, and then we can use this shack add-on that again we can't scrap. We're gonna use it as something else. Let's set up a recruitment beacon, and I'm just gonna do that down here at the entrance to the settlement. Already in decorations because I was playing around with some ideas. But again, I'm so excited for this one. Recruitment radio beacon. And then I think this would also be a good place for like a farm cat, chaser any vermin that might get into the greenhouse, and same with the dog cage. I just really love having animals in settlements. They bring up the happiness and the defense. And they're pretty easy to just let these things run in the background while we build. So we'll do that. Because I want to scrap these, and these do look scrappable, thankfully. Sometimes the settlers' beds that come, you can't scrap by default. Those do look scrappable, so let's give them a bed in the main house so we can remove those mattresses from the old house. And this doesn't look scrappable either, so I guess we're keeping it. We have this room. We have this room. We should be able to put a wall up here so we can kind of make this bathroom usable again. And my thinking is the married couple that lives here, we'll let them be in charge. And then I would assume that a lot of people want to come to a settlement like this. Like you get some work, you get paid for that work, you get a safe place to stay. Maybe people work here for a little bit and then they leave. Can I move these large pots? Oh, it looks like I can, because we can save these for like the processing center that we want to do. So even though I can't like put those in my inventory or anything, we're gonna try and save them just by holding them. Does this have fruit in it? That's so
Need to get back to
delightful.
Diamond City one of these days.
Oh, look at how lovely that is.
Town I ever saw.
I also feel like I recognize the voice actors who play these two. I might have to look up who they are. The voices of the married couple just sound so familiar. I also like the idea that we might use some of these rooms as guest rooms, because maybe this couple, like maybe they would have wanted kids. Oh, and we already have another person. Maybe they would have wanted kids, but they couldn't have kids. And so they'd be happy to like adopt somebody who was looking for work and needed a safe place to stay. Wow, I can't believe it works that I can just pick up these pots even though they don't seem movable. We're definitely going to hold on to those. This metal bucket exists. Okay. This must be very confusing. Ooh, cooking pot is junk. Is that the same texture as the large pots? No, it's a little smaller. Interesting. Okay. So this I'm thinking is the main bedroom for the couple. Scrap this table because I don't want the melted down candles. And should we do another like little half wall so they don't have visibility into the bathroom? Probably. Unless I can't fit that. Oh, there we go. It's just more respectable if they're going to be sharing a house with people. I don't think the rocket ship carpet is quite their vibe. They seem a little older and classier. But I do think a rug would work. So like this one with the circles. And then we can push two beds together to give them kind of a, you know, king size bed vibe. So one like this. And one like this. Yeah, and nice big ones too, because they work really hard. They built this whole farm up by themselves. And now I think they oversee it for everybody else, kind of as a family, but also, of course, as a business. Let's do... This bureau could be nice because it would cover up that gap in the wall. And I guess that'll count as their dresser. So maybe they want to like a small sitting room. Or like this kind of matches the vibe of the bureau. Let's figure out seating first. I just feel like they've done a really good job managing this. And now they have the opportunity to hire some help, give some more opportunities to people in the wasteland who are just looking for a safe place. I really like when I do that big red chair. That big red chair is my favorite. But I usually try and pair it with something else, just with the thinking that I don't think anybody would get lucky enough to find two of those in the exact same condition. But like this, they go together well enough that they still seem like a set, but I think it's a little more realistic for where we're at in the wasteland. And then I'm looking for the ottoman that goes with them, and I think that's in Decorations Miscellaneous. I think that's why I always struggle to find it, because it's not where you think it would be. Although now I'm thinking I'm wrong. It's always where I look last. Yep, of course. But we'll tuck that in here. And then maybe we go back to Decorations Miscellaneous to grab them some plants. Because again, these people are incredibly talented farmers. That's what they've dedicated their life to doing. So I think they would definitely have some greenery inside as well. Two. Actually, let's replace this one for this snake plant in the red pot, just for some visual interest between the two. And let me turn on my Pip-Boy first so we have some better visibility in here. But I want to do a painting above their bed. Something like homesteady like this, because they've kind of dedicated. Yeah, I think I'm sticking homesteady because that's been their dream and vision. Yeah. Oh, that's so comfy cozy. This ottoman is sticking out a little bit though, so maybe we just set it right in front of the ottoman. I mean, if I was sitting in that chair, I would put my feet up. So I think that makes sense. And let's see if there's room for that little table between the two chairs, because I think candles would be nice in this little sitting area that we've set up for them. They deserve someplace nice. Yeah, now we have these candles. I know these will fit. We just have to find the right angle. That is a lovely little seating area. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. I absolutely love that for them. So now they have a proper master bedroom. And then this area, I think, because we want to move all the mutfruit processing outside. I love these buckets. I love that I can pick these buckets up. I really didn't think that was going to happen. Let me take cooking pots, metal buckets I can actually pick up. It's these big pots that are unique to this settlement location that I don't want to scrap because they're so cool. I'm thinking we use this space as an office for them. That chair actually might still make sense. But I don't want them to have to do their processing. Ooh, I like that wooden spoon. Let's keep that wooden spoon. I don't want them to have to keep doing their processing inside because they've done such a good job, and now they have a little extra money to spare because they have the Minutemen working with them. I think they'd be able to expand. So I like the idea that maybe they've got like a home office for figuring out pricing, contracts. They've definitely got shipments set up to other settlements, vendors, traders. And they've probably got employment contracts too for the people who come work for them. So it would make sense that they would need a space for figuring that out. Maybe they have an office admin. I want the wall cabinet. Ooh, filing cabinets would be good in here as well. I wish this cabinet had a better collision mesh and it could fit better. But I like it. I like it enough to keep using it. Even though it sits weird sometimes. I would assume they have a lot of files. But again, they've spent so much of their life in this pre-war house, making things comfy cozy. I think we would keep it comfy cozy. Did I just hear Preston walk through those? Oh no, the lady did. Okay, that's fine. Preston's on thin ice. For all the times he knocks over my decoration. And I feel like I'm getting so reliant on the airplane seat lately. I really don't know what it is. A small couch here, though, I think would be really lovely. And I'm looking for something that fits. Ooh, how do we feel about this diner bench? I think I like the airplane seat more. I'm thinking like if somebody comes into the settlement, they apply for a job here, the husband or wife would bring them back to the office and say, have a seat. Let's chat about some openings we may have. Ooh, I like this chair. It feels kind of 70s waiting room, and that's the vibe I'm going for. Like have a seat, we'll chat. Yeah. And then we can probably do some other decorations in here as well. Like an ashtray next to one of the desks, I think might make sense if they're a smoker. Probably another plant in here too. Just in this corner. Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. And then maybe an oil lamp on top of here, which leaves room on top of the desks for a radio. I would personally like to have the option to have the radio on while I do inventory of stuff. Yeah. So they can listen to some music while they do their bookkeeping here. That is a lovely office. Okay, so we've got their bedroom, we've got the office, and then I want to keep this as a bathroom, but let's give them the nicer toilet and a sink. That would be in, is that furniture miscellaneous? Furniture miscellaneous and decorations miscellaneous I confuse constantly. But we'll give them a sink. If I can figure out how to place it. There we go. Sink and the nice toilet, which they would have scavenged. I mean, that would have been one of the first things I spent money on if I started making money in the wasteland, is getting a trader to salvage me a nice toilet from a vault or something. Maybe that had been abandoned nearby. Let's make this the rug that you would brush your teeth on. What else can we put in here that works as a bathroom? Maybe a cart, because again, this would be kind of a shared house. So a cart here could make sense with like a toothbrush on it, toothpaste. Similarly, a shelf if people had like towels. I don't have a toothbrush on me, do I? I know that's junk that exists. I don't think I have any, though. I'm trying to remember alphabetical order. A hairbrush could make sense in here, though. We'll give him a hairbrush. And honestly, why not a vase? Definitely not a skull. I'm confident. Ooh, I have toothpaste and toothbrush. Okay, where did the tinier things go? Okay, there. That almost got lost. I'm assuming that other people will bring their own toothbrushes. They're not all just sharing one. But I mean, you really never know. And then I'll slot the hairbrush in here. And let's try and use workshop mode to place this. I don't think, oh, it will go on the shelf. Okay, that is an adorable little bathroom. Like that's lovely. And then this, I know it looks like a sitting room right now, but I think this could be a guest room. I think because they would have people, applying to come work here, they might have some people that they trust enough or have lived there long enough to take like a guest room spot. And so maybe this can be like a transient sort of space. So we'll do a bed. Is this just rebar sticking out? Yeah, I can't do much with that. We'll give them a bed. And I'm looking for a suitcase, shove under there. Maybe this person is brand new and they don't have enough to like build their own shack on the property. But they can stay here for a little bit. We'll give them, I feel like the owning couple would have set up some like kitsy motel art vibe sort of thing. Yeah, this one. This one's perfect. That one. Ooh, I can scrap this. That's even better. And maybe like a small table and chair here. I'm thinking of this, the owning couple, the original couple, kind of very parental. Like they're extremely successful in this little business that they've made. But they welcome people into their home. They want everybody to be safe and fed. And so I'm thinking like the type of person who might stay in this room, like I'm thinking single mom or like maybe young girl who ran away from her home, her settlement or family farm because they weren't treating her well. And this couple like put her up in this little room to have somewhere safe to stay and be able to save enough that maybe she could move to Diamond City someday if that's what she wanted to do. Let's look for the wall, or that would be in wall decorations, wouldn't it? The wall candles. What I'm thinking, just some kind of personal touch for her. This young runaway. I guess it's not in wall decorations. I like looking through the menus though, because sometimes I find things I wouldn't have found otherwise. Let's also do another potted plant, but we'll let this one be not in bloom because this girl's new. She hasn't been there long. There. Okay, so we have bathroom, main bedroom, office, and then we have this whole space. And I think it would be nice if this was like a kitchen because like I said, they would have people over from the rest of the settlement pretty regularly. Like I'm assuming we're going to set up a clinic and this would be a good place for them to host, you know, like a large kind of dining room. But we will come back to that because I also want to do this little shack and I think I might want some of those pots. Now that we have enough beds that I can scrap these, which I'm so glad those are scrappable. Let's store the gas canister and the buff out and the end table. I'm thinking this, let's move the turret off. I think I put that there for defense. Now I'm going to move it because I don't want it on top of this because I'm thinking this is going to be like a roadside fruit stand almost. Like if people just wander here, if traders are passing by, we'd want to be able to sell them some of the crops. So, okay, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we do this like a general store, but I don't like the look of this little general store looking thing. So I think I'm going to try and cover it up with a counter, but leave the general store in there so that it still functions as somewhere we can assign somebody to. But I want to use this counter, kind of like that, which I think we can rug glitch. I think we'll be able to rug glitch it together if we play our cards just right. And I don't think I can rug glitch the general store itself. I think it has to be the counter on top of the general store. And we won't be able to move the rug afterwards or the counter will sink. So I want to pick a rug that would still look kind of nice here. I like the floor mat. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the floor mat down and we're just going to put the counter on the edge of it. And in theory, I should be able to overlay these things. You guys. Oh, I'm running into the pole here. Wait, that might do it. Honestly, that works for me because they have a little bit of shelf sticking out. And I'm going to put some more floor mats down to make this seem a little more intentional that that piece is there. Overlay like this. I do kind of hate that it moves the other rugs on top of it. Hold on. Like that. Oh, that's so perfect. Okay. So this would be, honestly, maybe where the girl that they took in can work part-time, like in the store here. And I want to give her a stool. Like that. And definitely some shelving or containers. Maybe for like extra stuff that they sell. And then some surface area to put, we'll get those big buckets that we saved earlier. Like if I come in here, I'm not going to scrap the large pot. I'm looking for one that had fruit in it. Yeah. I still can't believe I can pick these up. How perfect is that? Okay, I gotta walk slower. I'm gonna lose all these mute fruit. Ooh, we lost one. Man down. That's okay. We'll just put it back in. Like, I'm assuming she can sell these by the bushel. I'm actually just going to put a bunch of these in here and we'll fill them up with fruit. We can actually go harvest some and then drop them in. Oop, I didn't mean to pick up the fruit. Because obviously they would have like shipments going out. Oop, oh, all of them just popped right out. Let me pick those up and then we'll drop them one by one later. But you'd have traders coming by. How do I? There we go. Is there room to fit this on the shelf? No, there's not. But we do have those other ones. The regular metal buckets that we picked up a few of. What are those called? Cooking pot? I think it was cooking pot. Cooking pot, yes! Let's drop a few of those. See if those are small enough to fit on the shelf. But we'll sprinkle them in with the other ones too. They are! Oh my gosh, how perfect is that? This is a lovely little farm side stand, if I do say so myself. There. I think this would be one of those like reusable packaging kind of deals where if you come back with your pot, you can fill it up with mute fruit for less. And we'll do a metal bucket as well. This married couple is watching me come in and take stuff out of their house, just like a little hoarder. Will this fit? I think so. Yeah. Okay. And I like that they have the purified water here. I think that would make sense in the farm stand as well. I want to rotate it so that the label faces front. Maybe I should be doing my junk placement off camera so y'all don't have to watch me struggle. Let's do, while we're here, I think some like letters on this counter could help people understand prices. We would want, like, how much is a mute fruit, you know? M. This is gonna be more tedious than I thought it was, but I really think the payoff is gonna be worth it. Mute fruit. How much is a mute fruit worth? How much would you sell that for? Honestly, let's check. A mute fruit is worth 8. So let's say they sell them for 10 caps. This really is so tedious. 10 caps. And then I think we could put some other stuff on here too, because we'd be selling purified water. So we'll spell out water. I think you could put a lot of stuff on here. I'd like to diversify the crops in the greenhouse a little bit, so I'm sure they would sell more than just mute fruit, but maybe mute fruit is their specialty. There's a line, I think Curie has a line at some point about the sugars in mute fruit, like she's developed a new strain of them. So maybe the reason that Greentop Nursery is so special is because they have a better tasting strain of mute fruit. So maybe like their regular crops, they just keep for themselves. But then the mute fruit is like what they sell. That's so valuable. But maybe you could also get some other essentials here if you really needed them. Caps. Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with that. Are there other signs that make sense? I think maybe a no smoking, because they have, you know, a delicate strain of fruit that tastes better than anything else. And then, will that go up there? It might if I use a weapon rack. I'm not sure though. Like this. If this could go up there, then I could definitely put a sign on it. It doesn't look like it'll go up there though. Yeah. That's fine. I wonder though if like fence thing like this. Oh. I think I like this one better. Just like mostly as a decoration. Yeah, I really like that. But then we could also put signs on it. We could do the word sale. We could also spell something out with the neon letters, like fruit stand. Let's go back to that weapons thing, this one. I want that to come over more. Where can I put it in the meantime? Just like right there. Okay, hold on. And then I don't intend to hook this up to power, so let's see how well the lights are, or the words just kind of stay up by themselves. But I feel like if this says like Greentop Fruit, I would love that. That is the name of the settlement, right? Yeah, Greentop. I'm so sorry, there's so much spelling in this video already. Could I fit another few in there? I think I could. But let's spell out fruit first, if I can remember the alphabet. We could just leave it being called green fruit, which I think is very funny because it's very similar to green juice, which is a like smoothie place that I live near. I guess it's a chain, so maybe a lot of people do know what I'm talking about. Let's see if we can't get a second little weapon rack thing. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was hoping would work out. Because I think Greentop Fruit, that's good branding for them. Maybe I do want this to light up. Green. That's a P, right? Greentop Fruit. That's adorable. I think I do want it to have power. Plus, then maybe back here could be our water source. I'm always looking for a place to put a powered water pump. Like this. Actually, let's put the water pump closer to where somebody will be standing, and then the generator a little farther away just because it's noisy. I think this would be enough to power both. So this will go here. And then, because this is the edge of the settlement, let's grab a little fence thing to sort of wall this off. Yeah, just so people don't try and go wandering around that back end. That made more sound than I thought it would. Oop. That sounds better. Did not mean to pull my gun out. But let's grab a conductor thing and see if we can pass it. I guess we could use this. If I can grab a wire on that, wire to that, wire to that, that should. That is incredibly lovely. I am obsessed with that. And then I know it's getting dark, but I do want to take the opportunity to move some more of these. Oop, excuse me, Preston. You can help. You could grab one. I'm hoping if we put them in the back like this, people won't topple them over. But maybe a little table. Like this. Yeah. So they can see the goods kind of set up. Really don't want to scrap one of these by accident. They're so cool. There's so many things in these settlements that are so neat that I wish we had as junk items, like the baskets that the farmers use at Nordhagen Beach is one of them. And then definitely these large pots are super cool. Let's put this. Nope. Yes. There we go. There we go. And I'd like to put some more, whoop, that's not what I meant to do. Some more purified water on the shelf. I've gotten lazy about decorating with stuff that isn't from the build menu lately. Oh, and we got a new person. Let's put a sleeping bag in here before we decorate this main part of the house. I'm excited that we have power in here now too, because we can do some like lamps and really make it cozy in there.
Huh?
Before we go to bed, which I will sleep so we don't have to build in the dark.
Seems to be growing well.
I'm gonna grab a bunch of mutfruit.
I need to
So we
assign
can
someone to this.
Decorate.
I need to assign someone to
You ain't
this.
been up to see Grey God?
Okay, everybody's talking.
Whole place is run by robots.
I just want to have enough mutfruit that we can dump it into those buckets and have something to show off here at Greentop Fruit. Let's scooch this over just a smidge. I really need to learn the alphabet. Mutfruit. There we go. I might have picked up too many. Maybe I did not need to pick all those off the trees because now we gotta drop them one by one. It's okay. This is probably why a lot of the creators that I really like who have very cool builds, if you haven't checked out Fallout Settlements on Reddit, absolute geniuses in that subreddit, I swear. But a lot of them do not build on camera in real time the way that I do. And so their junk, they must take so, those are rolling down the hill. They must take so long positioning them all perfectly, and it really pays off. It just takes a while. But that's okay. If you're watching this, I'm assuming you're here for these cozy story vibes that we are building together. I really like letting settlements like this just kind of reveal themselves as we go. Sometimes I go in with a plan, but this roadside fruit stand was not something I planned in advance, and I think it's the best, possibly the best thing I've built. Okay, those are full. I think once we place the fruit, we should sleep till morning inside. I'm obsessed with this. Ooh. I wonder what settler we got, because we did get somebody. That's just so cute. Okay. Can we find them? That's the wife who was here originally. That's Preston. Did I say that with too much attitude? That's Preston. That's Preston. My man, Preston. Preston, I think, has a bug where he keeps trying to initiate his, like, high relationship. Oh, hello. Look, she's, like, sitting like she's working at it. Preston will keep trying to have his, like, high relationship talk with you over and over and over, even if you've already had it. I don't know if that's a bug. I don't know if other people just haven't played with Preston enough to be as annoyed by it as I am. But it does get on my nerves like the 4th or 5th time it happens. Okay. So a lot of this stuff we can kind of gather. Didn't mean for that to fall over. Some of this stuff we can't move. Like, I don't think I can move these tiny flower pots. Yeah,
Seems
flower
to be
pots are
growing well.
stuck. We can at least, like, gather the buckets like I did before. And then I think we can move some of the trees to be kind of closer together. And then a thing I really want to do that I think is very cool, I found out that you can rug glitch plants. Not all the time, but sometimes you can. So if we're working on the assumption that this mutfruit strain is, you know, a fancy one, I like the idea that they're being grown in special containers. Oop, I didn't mean to grab that time. Like if I could put a mutfruit in the bathtub, I think that's just going to be so cool. And there's a rug that looks more like dirt like the other rugs. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's that one. Yeah. So if I can like do that and then place these more on top of it, which I think will take a bit of finagling, but I do think it's possible. I might have to do one at a time. Yeah, that one. Well, now that one doesn't want to go anywhere, which is odd. But I can definitely get one. Let's see if I can get another one on there. Might just be too close to the other tree. Maybe we just aim for one tree. It was on there a second ago. Okay. I need to try and grab the mat. Come here. Ooh, there we go. And now I think I can put it in the tub. Maybe I can't put it in the tub. Oh no. Oh, I thought the mat would go in there. Oh well. What I know we can do is these things that exist, these like weird little things, I can put it in these. So that might be my compromise. I know I can use this somehow, in some way. Like that. That's possible. That's cool. That does look enough like dirt that I'm happy. I wonder if the Brahmin trowel works the same way, which I think is under resources. Which I know it's the exact same as the bathtub. But it's worth a try. Like that won't go in there. Will this go in there? Come here. I guess not. Same with this one. Yeah, no luck. I don't think a pillar glitch would help here. Do you? Or like a series of rugs? Like, I know this is gonna seem really silly, and it is. But if I do like 3 rugs, and then I put the tree on the last rug, and I grab the first one. Oh, I kind of thought that would lift all of them. Now I can't grab any of those things. Like this, you know what I mean? Like I feel like if I get far enough away, at some point, I think we can make that work. Honestly, I think we can. I think we'd have to stack a few more rugs. Is that our new settler? I would imagine that all the settlers here look at me like I'm absolutely bonkers. And I do not blame them for doing so. Like, as far as they can tell, I am just crazy lady. stacking rugs. I don't know if the rug lich stacks. Honestly, I've never seen it used like that. Probably for good reason. Okay, that's a good handful. Y'all. That got it in. That got it in the bathtub. And then we'll still keep this for the rest of our like building. Oh, I didn't realize that was gonna, I didn't realize that would scrap the clamped items. But what we learned from that is that the rug is not actually visible, which means I don't have to use the one that looks like dirt. I could use this and put it below like that, which seems even neater. Like if I'm doing that and then that, because in theory I could place like that. Okay, we might have to stack a few again. That should allow us to place. This is so silly. And then I think that's close enough that we can lift it. Yep. And can we do another one on this side? Getting 2 in one bathtub, oh, that'd be so cool. Let's pull this over. Why can't I move that tree? Why doesn't that feel valid? What if I try and build a new tree? For some reason that's working better. It doesn't seem like it's going on top of the rug. No, that does. You guys, if this works. Stop. That is unbelievably cool. That's amazing. I'm going to try and grab this feed trough, which it's so difficult to select stuff when you're around plants. The feed trough I actually do want to use up here, with the idea being that like we can make a little fence up here for Brahmin for when people are just stopping in to trade. That is the cutest thing. That's so, for their specialty breed of mutfruit. Let's make another one of those right next to it. Maybe on both sides, just like a row of their special ones. And then we'll put other plants in kind of the rest of this greenhouse. That is so cool. Like one there. And then one here. And one here. So ideally we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 special trees. And I can get rid of this mat now if I can get it out of the way. This tree was giving me trouble, so I'm just gonna scrap it, honestly. I can't scrap it. And I can't place it anywhere else. I miss these barrels. Okay. It can just be there, I guess. That's fine. But we're gonna try and place other trees by doing the same thing we just did, which was stack 3 of these together and then put a mutfruit on each side. I keep grabbing trees accidentally. Okay. We're just gonna make new trees for what we're doing here. That seem to work better than the existing trees. We're going to have a ton of mats stacked up by the end of this, but I don't care. We'll just cover them all with one big mat. And it'll look cool. I really can't believe that we found a way to get it to sit in the bathtub. How fun is that? I mean, like I said, this couple did not become the successful, business that they are just on their own. I think the combination of support from the Minutemen and really having a product that nobody else has anything like it. We got to move this a little bit. That's what leads to their success in the wasteland like this. Just put that one there. It's taking a lot of finagling. Oop. That one there. Scooch this one back a little bit to match the other one. And I'm like kicking my feet giggling that this is working. That's so cool. All right, one more. 1, 2, 3. We've got our pattern down now. And I think as many like little sheds as we can cram in around this greenhouse, we will, because there's enough work for people here. Let's do this one outside. I lied. We'll try it again inside like this. But really, there's no shortage of crops that need to be farmed. Why can't I put... We are going to try this outside. Honestly, with Bethesda, no hack works the same way twice. That's okay. We just gotta get creative. Okay, there. Okay, so that's the specialty zone of this like mutfruit strain that they've developed. See now, with that, like that doesn't look too bad. That's pretty cool. And since this is like the special strain, we'll put a water pump next to it. Is this section not dirt? Is that why I'm having such a hard time? Oh, no, I forgot that water pumps have a collision mesh that extends behind them. Which makes sense because people need to pump it. And the pumping animation, it does go behind them. I'm looking for the enamel bucket. Yeah, for water. Near the pump, because I think they would use that to fill the bathtubs as like a hydroponic situation. That's fun. Okay, so some of these things we can move a little bit. Like shovel. Boy, I hope that would fall the other way. Let's see if we can do that outside of workshop mode. Still trying to make me select the mutfruit plant. Oop. Nope, I want to exit workshop mode, pick up the shovel, and see if I can rotate it to lean out the window, maybe? Like this. Nope. The hose and the shovels are such neat tools to have here. I need them to actually stay standing. All right. You can just go in that corner. That's fine.
It was you Minutemen that finally did in the instant.
Same with the hoe.
That was some overdue payback.
You are welcome. See what I mean about the pumping animation? That's why you need space behind the water pump. which I found out because one of you told me in the comments. Okay. So that's the specialty section. And now we can put other crops in here. Because I think the people living here would want a more diverse diet than just specialty mute fruit. So we'll put in some corn for them. And then I do like that. We'll leave that one there. And then maybe we'll do the same on this section. Because these little planters, I think I can use the dirt, the dirt rug for. Yeah, like that'll go in there, but it might look neat with like a carrot on it. There's so much in this greenhouse that we can't move. Yeah, I think carrot is the best choice. Unless, I mean, gourds would be cool in there. Can I do a gourd in there? Let's see if that would even work. I feel like I placed that too far off the mat. I don't think I'd be able to select that again, actually. Let's try carrot. I liked the carrot idea. Why are we not near dirt? Let's go outside again. Ooh, I can get it closer. Nope. Why can't I? Why isn't it grabbing this one? Like it's not on top of the rug. We'll get it as close as we can. That's weird. Oh, we can grab both like that. And then if I can get that, yeah, to sink like that, then we've got carrots in the little planter. I tell you, it takes some finagling, but I do think the payoff is worth it. Let's do 1, 2. Come on. Let's try over here. And that didn't even grab the first one. That's okay though. We're here for the journey together. And whatever happens, it always ends up being pretty neat. Just wiggling. Just trying to figure out. Okay, this feels too... Let's try that. Does that pick up both? Yes, it does. Oh, that is so cute. I absolutely love that. And then maybe we put down some more buckets on top of this one since we can't move it. We can't scrap it. But if we have some buckets, what was the other one? Metal can, metal bucket. We could at least let this be like where they store the buckets that they then use to harvest and carry the crops back out for processing. Yeah, and I think in that vibe, let's drop some mute fruit too, just to sit next to the buckets like we saw inside the house. Because I did take away their processing area, so I want to recreate it as best as I can. Like that. Put one in a bucket. And in another, I love the sound effects. They really did think about like what the impact of each thing would be. Okay. We have this one. I kind of want to make that a carrot too now that I know how nicely the carrots sit. Let's scrap. Just because I don't want it to be... I do want to make this carrots too now. It's just so cute as carrots. Still haven't figured out the rhyme or reason for when the rug actually picks these up and when it doesn't. But I think we're getting better at it. Okay, now we've got carrots in that planter. And because we have so much mute fruit in here, I just want to give us space to do some other crops. So like corn. Corn is a good one. Grain would be an easy thing for them to kind of live off of. And then some potatoes as well. Like we want to make use of the fact that we're in a greenhouse and the growing conditions in here are going to be better than outside of it. Just kind of spinning these around so they don't all look the same. Yeah. Okay. And then let's do some melons. I think this area is just not dirt. But I should be able to find somewhere to place this, right? Yeah, just next to the melons. Okay. That's good. It's not perfect, but I really like what we were able to do here, especially in this like specialty corner. I wonder if I have a desk fan on me. Like if I had... Can the shelf not go on the greenhouse walls? Somebody crashed into something. Like if I had the ability to put a fan up here, I think that'd be really cool. But I might not have that ability. Gosh, there is still so much I want to do in here that I might have to save till next week. We have their specialty mute fruit area. We did get Greentop Fruit done, which I'm delighted by. We do have... is this Lucas Miller? Pretty sure he's an institute. What's the word? Informant. Let's do a little fence for traders to store their Brahmin. And then I think we'll have to pause there and continue here next week. Why can't I go this way? And I'm not trying to make this anything fancy. I just, if we have somewhere safe for people's Brahmin to wait, I think they'd be more likely to visit. And that's marketing. Nothing big. Move the feed trout out of the way for now. Oh, I won't be able to put the fence gate there. We need this one. And this one. Is that too small for Brahmin? It might be. Yeah, I hear you. I know. It's kind of nice that this is sinking into the ground for me naturally. Just a nice little spot. Does that take up too much room? I wonder if I grab it, how far back we could actually set it. I might need to pillar glitch this. But maybe if we pillar glitch it, we can get it like a little past the edge of the settlement. Or we'll make it smaller. I know, but what do you want me to do? That seems like a nice space. Put the food trough over here. And maybe some razor grain to give them kind of like, I don't know, a more cow-like environment. Oh, that one's too big. Yeah, that's a lovely spot for Trader Brahmin to wait. I might move the gate over here to this corner, though. Just to take up less room. Where are fences? What am I what am I doing? Yeah, that'll just take up less of this walking area. Yeah, I mean, you would put your Brahmin here. And then you could come to the fruit stand. You could come inside to discuss a trading agreement. This whole indoor area I still want to redo. I'll leave that for now. I think we've got a really promising setup. Let's walk through what we did so far, just in case anybody wants to skip to the end for a full tour. But we have, this is the entrance to the settlement. As you walk into the settlement, you have this little fenced off area to park your pack Brahmin in. We have a generator and a water pump back here. Here is our roadside fruit stand, Greentop Fruit. Mutfruit are 20 caps, mutfruit is 10 caps, water is 20 caps. And we have some buckets of fruit as well as purified water here. This is integrated with a general store stand that adds some more shelving, but actually also allows somebody to sell there. Here we haven't decorated the inside of this part of the main house yet, but we have finished a lovely little bathroom and a guest room. So this is where somebody who might be traveling away from home can stay, save up some caps before moving on to a different settlement. This is the office where the husband and wife who own this settlement can plan and talk about work, employment, trading contracts. This is the main bedroom where the husband and wife who own the settlement live. They have a giant king-size bed here, as well as a cozy little sitting area.
Don't much care for good.
We haven't done any other shack build here yet, but we did make them a special area for their specialized breed of mutfruit here in these containers. This is what brings people out to Greentop, these specialized fruit. And then we added some other crops for them as well, just because the settlement is self-sustaining. Yes, good. I'm glad. In this settlement, we still do want to do some housing for other people, probably a clinic if people get hurt. But we do have our general trader already taken care of. We spent a lot of time decorating this little general trader area, and I'm glad we did. It's very, very cute, but I think we'll have to pick up here next week. Thank you so much for joining me, the General of the Minutemen, as we work together to make the Commonwealth safer, one settlement at a time. I have a playlist of all the builds I've done so far, so if you enjoyed this one, please do check that out and give me a thumbs up on this video. Let me know in the comments if you liked or hated it. I really, really love making these videos, so I enjoy all of the feedback that I get. And like I said at the beginning, we are getting close to 10,000 subscribers, which is very exciting. And I'm going to try to do a live event for this. If you liked this and you would like to listen along live and be able to chat and make suggestions as I go, please do let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a lovely day, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.